Tales of Myth and Mayhem tell stories intended for mature audiences. Please check the description for complete content warnings. Good evening and welcome to Tales of Myth and Mayhem. I'm Marc, I'm your storyteller. We are playing Kult, Divinity Lost. The scenario, Divided We Run. This will be a one-shot, split into a few parts for the podcast once again. I have two wonderful players with me, Lavaita and Aileen, who will introduce themselves now. They're waving, but there's no camera going to be on this, so it's a wasted wave. Wasted. Aileen, introduce yourself now, since you waved.
Hi, I'm Aileen. I live in Ireland with my partner and my cat, who will probably make an appearance, but again, you won't see her because this is audio.
We will see Cat.
And
you have Twitch?
I do. I have Twitch, but I don't currently stream because my life is a bit chaotic, but I switch as Mothzilla. And yeah.
Groovy. Lavaita, how about you?
Hi, I'm Lavaita, and that is not my real name, but it's the one I'm using for this because that makes life easier. I didn't have a bio ready, so I'll just leave it at that for now. I play other games on this channel, and I'll probably be editing this later.
And I will be extremely grateful. So, you're driving. You've been driving for a while now. Everything's running through both your heads. You've probably been talking. And the car swerves. You crash. You're off into the side of the road, into the trees. The car rolls, smashes, crumples on, goes right through the front windscreen, smashes, bends inwards. You're showered in glass. You can smell burning rubber. You can feel the plastic and glass and metal scratch against your skin, the exploded airbags smash against your faces, cracking your nose. Everything smells of cordite, of gasoline. You feel heat, you feel your seatbelt strafing against your skin, against your clothes. Struggle to get out. The door takes a moment to open. Please introduce your characters as they stumble out of the car.
I am Sophie Diamandis. I am effortlessly stylish. 3-piece suit, just with a waistcoat, no shirt, no bra. Pointy shoes under the wide legs, cascading blonde hair, nose ring. I look like I'm muscly, but I'm not very strong at all. It's all for show, like most of it.
Now, as you step out, something snags on your jacket. You hear that air. Your shoes. You step in something, you're not sure what it is. It's too dark to see at the moment. But you feel it unpleasant and something snaps. What about you? What happens as you get out of the car?
My character is Nicola Thorne. She's in her mid-30s, gaunt and pale with kind of frosty, palish, cold eyes and a wiry frame that suggests a bit of fragility but also a kind of wiry resilience. She's wearing a sort of charcoal-coloured t-shirt under a long black tattered coat and dark blue jeans with mud spatters around the ankles and slightly worn trainers. She's been having a bad time the last few weeks.
You come out without your clothing getting a scratch. You were driving. What made you crash?
I thought I saw something on the road and swerved to avoid it.
You lost control.
Yeah.
Sophie, you chose this road. You suggested it in the rush to get away. In the heat of the moment, you suggested this road, this long, winding, dark road. Heading out of town, nowhere near anything. Why this road? Why not somewhere you get something to hide?
Well, you don't want to be taking the main roads when you're leaving a scene. You always want to make sure that there's corners, there's places to hide, to ditch people, ditch things, to make sure that you're looking after yourself, really.
Who fucked up back there? Whose fault was it?
Well, it wasn't mine.
I blame Liam, personally.
Who was Liam?
Liam's a fucking idiot.
He's strong, but he's got no flipping brains.
You can say that again.
And he didn't tell us he was bringing a gun.
Yeah, there's the no brains symbol for you.
So what were you running from?
We done goofed. Absolutely done goofed. We were having discussions with a fella about something we needed.
Mr. Weber.
Mr. Weber, let's just say he didn't agree with my proposal.
Not many people would when their business is antiques and your business was trying to take it from him. Nicola, what were you trying to take?
It's a ritual dagger.
And why were you going after this? Did someone hire you? Was this your choice? Was it... What was special about this dagger?
It was old, and I'd heard stories about where it had come from, maybe. Some people say it's mystic. There's something happening with it, that it was used for some kind of sacrificial something or other. But mainly, we both needed the money.
And how much do you think you would have got for it? Enough to get away, or enough to do for a couple of weeks?
Enough to keep going for a couple of weeks.
The person I had in mind for it really wanted it, so enough for me to get back in their favour.
Well, you were handling the business side of things. That's your area.
I do like to sort things.
And what went wrong? What exactly went wrong?
Liam. We were having the discussion. Mr. Webb wasn't thrilled, but there was no need to bring a gun out yet. I was just having a conversation. But he thought he could be the big shot, be the big man. Thought he was helping the situation, and he made it worse. He made a mess.
I mean, we should have probably guessed an antiques dealer might have their own guns as well.
It didn't look like a gun. What took down Liam?
I didn't really see what it was.
I mean, I was kind of ducking behind a suit of armour. I wasn't looking.
He went down, though, that's for sure. He definitely went down. Liam went down, and then it all went south.
Oh yeah, 2 body bags needed there.
Who brought Liam? Whose idea was it to bring him?
I think that might have been mine. I'm not proud of it, but I don't know that many people with his imposing figure. And I thought him being there would put a lot of people off doing something more stupid, but I was wrong.
I wasn't thrilled.
No, did you know Liam?
I knew of Liam. Like, the fewer people that are involved in something, the better, obviously. The more people are involved, the quicker that something goes wrong or something comes out. But Nicola was right. We needed the brawn.
You've been driving for, over an hour now. Just the haste of it. You chose this road. Long, winding road. You knew there would be nowhere to get off quickly. You were scared. Are you still scared? Has the crash made it less scary, more scary?
It's going to take a long time to walk to where we're meant to be going.
And where are you meant to be going?
The people that wanted the dagger, we need to get it to them.
You got the dagger?
Yeah.
Who has it?
It's in the car. We should probably go back for it, actually.
The car, the smoke coming out of the bonnet. It's crumpled. The rain started to fall, although under the trees it's not like it is on the tarmac. You hear it splashing, but now you're getting rather larger drops on you as it runs into the leaves and tumbles down onto you.
I think I'll run back and grab that out the back seat before anything bad happens to the car.
Probably fucking should do.
Yeah.
The dagger's wrapped up in a kind of grey, thick tarpaulin cloth sort of thing. You nick your finger on it though. Did you get it?
I thought this bag would stop that from happening, damn it.
Tiny bit poking out.
It's hard to see in the dark, I suppose.
Do you have anything else with you? Have any torches or anything?
Torches is a bit extreme. I've got the one that's on my phone.
Yeah, I've got the one on my phone as well.
I'm hoping not to use it. Although I can't seem to get any signal at the moment, so...
You're a good 15 metres away from the road, down a bit of an incline. So you need to climb your way back up to get back to the road. That's what you want.
I mean, we at least have to follow the road or we'll never find our way out of here. It's not an area I know.
Do you think the police will be after you? Or someone else?
Not yet. We, as it was night time, who knows that we were there?
Noise of the car kind of subsides. You start to hear the sounds of the forest. Animals making their chirrups and cries. Sounds of something stalking through the wood. Insects. Shit ton of insects. You hear a car on the road, you see the lights going back much faster than anyone should have been. What do you want to do?
What direction was that car going? Where we've come from or where we're going?
The same direction you're going. You haven't seen many cars on the road.
I mean, the fact that the road's quieter is one of the reasons we went this way.
Pretty strange someone would be on this road in the first place.
Maybe they live locally and they know the road really well, that's why they were speeding along it.
Listen, I hope they don't. Anyone that lives locally might be nosy enough to find out what we're up to doing. Like, I hope that they are heading somewhere else and don't decide to come and check us out, to be honest.
We should probably get away from the car, because if that thing goes on fire, it's going to get a lot of attention. Right now, it's down out of sight of the road, so at least there's that.
Yeah, agree.
So I think we follow the road, but not on the road.
So do you go up the incline and walk along the side of it? Or do you stay down in the trees?
I can't be walking on soft ground in stilettos.
No, I accept that.
So you want to go back up onto the road?
Yeah.
Yep.
You clamber your way up, slipping a couple of times. Well, what else do you have with you? You've got your phones, you have the dagger. Are either of you dressed for the rain?
I've got my coat, but I've always got my coat.
No, this suit is all style, no substance.
The rain is hammering down. Sophie, you're soaked through. Nicola, you're not much better off. You hear the click of Sophie's heels on the tarmac as you walk along. There's no hard shoulder here. The road's quite narrow.
At least in the dark, we'll see if there's anything coming well long before it gets here, if they've got their headlights on.
So you're walking on the other side of the road now?
Walking, facing oncoming.
Facing oncoming.
You say you can see things coming, but you didn't see that when you had the accident, did you?
We're going a lot slower now.
Yeah, but don't drive at speeds you can't handle.
It looked like there was something in the middle of the road.
And as you say that, Sophie, both of you please roll avoid harm as a car comes barreling down again. High beams on. Sophie, you dive out into the grass. Another smaller hill here. It's not quite as steep as it was before, but you roll down. Nicola, you drop the dagger.
Shit.
You stumble away. Stark, it also rolls down the hill. You see the tarpaulin, or the whatever it is, the cloth lying there. Dagger's not in it.
I'm going to get my phone out and turn the torch on.
Yeah, where did that go? And that's the second car that's come past us on this empty road. I am not being seen out here.
The grass is flattened, going much further on than just rolling down the hill. So as if the dagger has rolled and rolled and rolled and kept rolling much further than it should have done, as if someone maybe kicked it and it's now into the trees.
Fuck's sake. Right, we've got to find that.
Yeah, we do.
I'm not going through this for nothing. And I'm gonna start using the battery on my phone. There's no signal. I can't call anyone. I can't find out where we are on maps. So I'm gonna use the battery for the torch.
Yeah, mine's generally on airplane anyway.
As it should be. I actually want you both to roll some of your disadvantages for me, as we didn't do at the beginning. So, Sophie, I want you to roll both of yours, please. And Nicola, I would like you to roll both of Revenge and Wanted, please.
I have failed on both Stalker and Jealousy.
Oh, fuck. Right, so I will take my 3 hold for your roll of 6, was it, for Stalker? So I get 3 hold. Right, yeah, 3 hold, and I can make a move for your pursuers. Right, okay, so let's deal with these first. So Stalker, I get the hold. I will make that move in a moment. Jealousy, however, I want you to all keep it together for me, Sophie. So, The person doesn't actually have this thing anymore. She's just let it fall. You need that now. You need that dagger. You need her for the moment as well. You rolled 13, so it's a success with complications. Do you become angry, sad, scared? Do you become obsessed with this dagger?
I'd say obsessed.
You become obsessed with it. You tear off into the woods looking for it. You follow the trail, and you're in a few meters, still nothing. For Nicola, your oath of revenge, you rolled an 8. And for the oath of revenge, you see, you're still not sure actually. This one's a bit more difficult. You're not sure if she is going to be a source of information or a target. But you see her stumble into the woods after that dagger. What do you think would be what do you think you would do? What would it be that would make it? What do you think?
I think we both need to get the dagger and get back to where we're going so that everything else can continue. And other information will either present itself or not.
So you don't really want to let her out of your sight?
Nope.
At the moment. So you storm after her. You're also wanted and you rolled a 12, which was a success with complications. Which gives me 1 hold. Because you made a mistake. I don't really know what that mistake is because I thought of it before. Because sometimes I can plan. Not often, but sometimes. So, Sophie, your torch swings back and forth, your phone wildly. Don't see anything. And then a glint of metal. And you see the dagger. What does the dagger look like?
Kind of an S-shaped point to the blade edge in a dull material. It's quite obviously had a lot of use, but it's deceptively sharp. And then the hilt is a golden colour, probably brass or bronze. And then the handle is wrapped in, it was once suede leather, but over the years of use, the blood, various other things have got on it, it's become shiny in the middle where it's gripped. And it has a star dioxide crystal on the top, which is a black stone shaped like a cornichon, and it's got a double inclusion in the top of it that makes a movement like a star.
Okay. The light of your torch flashes on a pair of eyes and a set of teeth as they sink into that old leather. I want you to roll act under pressure. You can take a +1 because it's related to your obsession. You got 22. Your hand flashes out. Your shoe, your stiletto finds a stone to support you, and you leap forward, and your hand tears this dagger out of this creature's mouth. You're not even sure what it is. Maybe it's a fox. Maybe it's a small wolf. You don't know. You land face first in the mud, but you have that dagger. Nicola, you see this happening. She doesn't seem like a criminal mastermind.
I'm not sure either of us do right now.
Do you help her up? Do you...
Yeah, I'm going over to help her up and also to make sure that she's got the dagger.
So you have the dagger in your hand. Nicola's approaching.
Where's the cover for this thing? I want to wrap it away. I'm strapping it to myself. It's not going anywhere else again.
I think I brought it with me from the road where it fell.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I'm going to wrap it up again. And then, shove it down the broad side of my bra so that it can't get to me, but so that...
You're not wearing a bra.
Oh, yeah. Bollocks.
You did say that.
That's so unlike me. See, I just can't handle this situation. Okay, I put it in my waistband. And tighten that as much as I can with the little straps you get on dressy trousers.
Mm-hmm. As you do that again, you feel this almost paper-cut thin slice into your leg. A drop of blood run down. Trousers were ruined from the crash anyway.
Fuck's sake. Okay, can I see anything? Can I see any buildings, any town?
At the moment, all you see are trees And the creature didn't run away. It's maybe a metre or two back. Its teeth are bared. It's tiny. I mean, you're not even sure it would be strong enough to lift the dagger and carry it away.
I'm going to do a little lunge, like a little stomp at it to see if I can scare it away and get it to fuck off.
It doesn't move.
Cool. Shit.
Teeth are still bared, the ears spiked up. You're still not sure what the fuck this thing is.
Can I see it?
Yes, you can see it.
Can I try an intimidating?
What would you like to do?
I'd be rolling violence according to my...
Oh, is it your advantage?
Yeah, I've got an advantage in intimidating.
Yes, then please do. Ah, yes, it is.
And that was a 21.
The fucking fuck. Usually when you guys roll these things, it's, often.
I know.
But that's two that have been... It's only looking at Sophie, only looking at her, teeth are bared. And suddenly it takes notice of you. And its head turns slowly, and you see its jowls sink back in front of the teeth. The head lowers, and you hear kind of mewling noise as it backs away, very slowly, very human-like. Its head is lowered, doesn't take its eyes off of you until it's passed in some of the underbrush, and you hear it run.
Let's get back to the road, Sophie. Don't want to hang around here.
There's people can see us up there.
Which way's the road?
Oh, fuck. Must be back along the grass where we've just come.
We've been out of the grass for a wee while now. Coming to get that. Shouldn't be that long.
Come on. Oh, fine. I'll take my chances with the cars.
Roll investigate for me, either of you, or both of you.
We both failed.
We're not good investigators.
No.
You both, with your phones out, the dagger at your side, Sophie, set out to go back to the road. 5 minutes pass. 10 minutes pass. The trees are only thicker.
It would be a really huge help if a fucking car would come past right now. We could hear where it was.
Be a really fucking huge help if you hadn't crashed the car in the first place.
Okay, keeping that in mind, and that's happened and we can't change it now.
Well, you're not driving for me again.
Definitely not.
You hear a footstep. The crack of a branch. A grunt that sounds extremely human.
Who the fuck is there?
You pan your torch. Don't see anyone yet. There's another crack.
Run? Can you even run in those shoes?
Of course I can fucking run in these shoes. Sure, let's go.
Start to make your way. Running is a little bit difficult. The trees aren't all that thick here, but obviously a lot of sunlight is down, so a lot of greenery, a lot of small plants litter the floor. You run, you're getting snagged by branches, still getting wet, and mud is becoming slippier. And you hear a howl. Doesn't seem close, but it's one of those noises that go back to when humanity was very small, hiding in caves. Something that in your bones you know you need to avoid. Then you hear breathing, belaboured breathing. Something's running, coming from behind you, but that's not the howl. And you hear a voice. Wait, you guys, wait. You left me back there.
Liam?
Where the Christ did you come from?
Great big figure. It's in the darkness. Stops, hand against a tree. Fuck, I thought I'd never catch up to you. Why did you leave me?
I thought you were dead.
So you just left me behind? I have no idea what that fucker can do.
There was very extenuating circumstances.
You brought a gun!
How could you leave me? And he steps out, your torch falls on his face, or what would have been his face. There's a mess of bloodied bone. There's chips taken out of it. The eyeballs are there, but as if they've been burst and are leaking down. There's no lips, tongue is hanging out, teeth are broken. Why didn't you wait for me? Why didn't you come back for me? You shouldn't have left me with him. He takes a stumbling step forward.
Backing up.
Both of you roll act under pressure, please. So Nicola gets an 8 and Sophie gets a 10. Success with complications. You want to back up, Nicola? but you trip, you fall. You're splayed at Liam's feet, this creature's feet.
Fucking tree roots.
Yeah, fucking bastard. Sophie, you almost trip. You just manage to get your balance. Then you stand on Nicola's hand by accident. She yelps. You move further back. You see whatever's left of Liam amble towards you. He wants his knife back. Give him his knife back.
I'm going to use ace up the sleeve, my advantage.
Yeah.
Bollocks.
You get one edge, however.
Okay, I'm going to use my stiletto. Actually, yeah, I'm going to use the stiletto. I'm not using the knife. I don't want him near it. And I'm going to try and jam it in its neck.
Okay. He grabs for you. I want you to roll avoid harm.
13 success.
But he grabs you. And you twist and pull his hand. His hand comes down awkwardly. And you feel a cut along your leg as the dagger drops to the ground. You need to give him back his knife.
Not happening. I need this.
Nicola, he actually just walks past you. You can take one harm for having your foot stood on by a stiletto, but it's nothing, it's not serious or critical. However, the knife did just fall down within your reach. Neither Sophie nor Liam seem to have noticed.
Grabbing it, and I'm going to tuck it inside my coat, still wrapped up.
Give him it back, and he punches out towards you, Sophie. Roll avoid harm, please.
13 again.
So would you want to take some harm, or would you like to end up in a bad spot, or would you like to lose something else?
I haven't got anything else to lose. I'll take some harm.
His hand thunders into your face. You feel the nose that had already been hit by the airbag before crumple. Hot blood courses down your face. What are you both doing?
I'm going to lunge at him in an unarmed attack.
Okay. Roll plus violence, please.
I got a 13.
Okay. You lunge at him, pushing him off balance. Smacks into a tree. But you hear a short growl from you think must be a smaller creature. You can almost see those small, sharp teeth bared again. Sophie, what are you doing? Nicola's just hammered into this guy, throwing him off his feet.
I'm going to grab Sophie's wrist and say that maybe we should get the hell out of here.
Nicola's wrist?
Sorry, yeah.
Grab your own wrist again.
I'm going to grab Nicola's wrist and shout, maybe we should get the hell out of here.
Sophie got hit harder than I realised.
Yeah?
Sophie is also not necessarily the brains of this operation.
Okay.
Grab her, stumble off into the trees. Are you letting yourself be pulled along, Nicola?
Yeah, for now. I don't really want to face whatever the creature is again.
You hear another small, a yelp. If you look back, shine your light, you see whatever small creature was growling at you has sunk its teeth into the leg of Liam. You hear him cry out, "He needs it back, he won't let me go unless he gets it back." And then another scream. You hear more growling, more creatures.
What fucking nightmare of a forest is this place?
Whatever it is, we can't stay here.
Yeah, definitely not.
As you're running, you notice the trees are becoming thicker, bigger, older. Sophie, you notice you don't have the knife. The dagger.
Where the fuck is the dagger?
It fell out. Don't worry, I've got it.
Okay.
Nearly snapped my fucking fingers off, mind you, but...
Roll jealousy, please. You need that back. She shouldn't be holding on to it. That was a roll of 8 for the jealousy disadvantage.
Can I have it?
I guess, as long as you don't drop it again.
I didn't mean to drop it last time. That fucking...
Yeah, okay,
Liam, whatever it was.
It's fine, just keep it safe.
I will.
She gave it back to you suspiciously quickly.
Don't care. Really want it. The thank you was sarcastic.
Maybe it's not the real dagger.
It's wrapped up.
Did you check?
I'm not checking. I'm so glad to have it. I am just. It's back in my. It's back in my possession. That's all I care about.
Nicola, there was a wild look in her eyes there. Much more than her voice seemed to bring across.
Yeah.
She might have hurt you for that.
I caught the look, which is one of the reasons I wanted to just give her it back. It's much easier not to argue about this thing.
As you continue onwards, how long have you two known each other?
Moved in the same circles long enough. I wouldn't call her for a date out for lunch, but certainly long enough that we know that we both have a certain standing within the circles we run.
What about you, Nicola?
I only knew those circles at all through my partner. And I was just kind of there along with him for a bit, and I was helping him when I could, but that's the reason I know all these people.
You're walking, the rain, the smell of the woods is... I don't know if you're city kids or, the outdoors. But the smell becomes... smell of life, smell of death, smell of some kind of freedom, maybe? Maybe some kind of prison. Who's Isabella?
How do you know about Isabella?
Who is Isabella? What happened to her?
Isabella's my ex-girlfriend. She's not with us anymore.
What does she look like?
Petite. Likes to wear girly clothes. Ringleted hair. Soft lips.
Roll keep it together, please. As you take a step,
I rolled a 9 and failed.
you take a step forward, your camera still had your phone and torch still held out in front of you. And you see her, in one of the trees up ahead, standing there. She's looking at your eyes, bleeding. You stop, frozen in place. Lower your stability by 2, please. Nicola, you see her. You don't see anything up ahead. You just see Sophie stopping. You see her heels slowly sinking into the mud.
Sophie, what are you doing? We need to keep moving.
Give me a second, alright? Just 1 second.
I swear, if anything behind us catches up with us because we've stopped here so you can have a moment.
What the fuck? Let's go.
Nicola, you hear in the wind someone's voice. Whose voice would that be?
I mean, there's a bunch of people it could be.
There's only one that's relevant to the story, I think.
Yeah, it's probably going to be Andrew's, isn't it?
Yes. What does Andrew say to you, knowing that you're heading into danger?
There's some cutesy phrase he used to say when he was going off to do a job, indicating that he would definitely be coming back, and he says that, and I can't think of what it was right now because everything's feeling quite muddled.
It's late. The moon is now high. When you get when you catch a glimpse of it from the canopy of the trees, you see some birds. It's little creatures. So nocturnal birds and creatures flitting about in the trees above. Voices whispering. Did you roll keep it together for me, please, as you heard that voice? I think I didn't ask you.
Actual success to keep it together, possibly for the first time ever in this game.
Well, 15, you hear that voice, and not only do you keep it together, it kind of steals you. You know what this is all about. You know she either has the information you need or she is a step on the ladder to getting it. But you need to get out of here, and she is freaking out.
Look, I'm pretty sure if we follow... Which way was the... Oh, wait, it's nighttime, still totally nighttime. The moon's up. I'd misremembered how that went. Is there any sign of like lights in the sky or anything at all, like street lamps against the clouds or something?
You don't see anything, only the moon when you get the glimpse of it. You don't see any street lights, you don't hear any cars, just the wildlife.
I mean, if we keep going in one direction, we have to run out of forest eventually.
Let's just keep going.
Okay.
Your shoes are now thoroughly in the mud, Sophie. How do you wish to continue? Do you want to take off the heels? Do you want to try to keep going with them? Walk barefoot? Use some leaves?
No, I'm going to keep trying in the heels. They've already proved to be a semi-useful weapon once, so I'm not getting rid of them.
I want you to remember, though, to take a -1 to any rolls that are to do with movement.
Sure thing.
If we try and keep to the higher bits of the ground, there won't be so much water, and it'll probably be a little bit drier.
My feet are as wet as they're ever going to get. We may as well press on.
A couple of minutes, maybe 10 minutes later, you come across a small clearing. There are stones arranged in some kind of pattern. There are little effigies hanging from the trees. There's a set of bones, small bones, probably for some creature, but probably completely eaten away by some carrion eater. The bones are there, white, in a splash of moonlight.
What in the Blair Witch fuck is this?
It's nothing to do with us. Let's...
Just avoid it, walk around it. I'm not going through that thing, I'm not tempting anything right now.
In the middle there's a fire pit. You're soaked through. You could get warm.
Is the fire on?
No, but I'm sure a couple of enterprising ladies like yourselves would be able to start a fire.
If this exists, that means there's a way to get here. That means people came.
Yeah, they must have got all this stuff here somehow, right?
Yeah, and people came here. So there's got to be a way to get away from here.
Do you want to look for a path? Or something like that?
Is it still raining?
Yes, but not as much.
I need to dry out for a minute.
Okay.
Come on. Girl Scout time.
Yeah. Rub 2 Boy Scouts together to make a fire or something.
So I've heard.
So, you rub them hard enough. Yeah, that'll get hot. Friction, baby. Let's say that, Nicola, I think you might know how to start a fire. It might take you a few attempts. Somehow I think Sophie doesn't have the... would much rather find it much easier if she had tools available to her.
Yeah, that's fair. Some sort of
You
doing
get-
a thing with 2 sticks, rubbing... Yeah.
Exactly. Takes you a bit, and Sophie maybe laughs at you a couple of times.
You're the one that wanted the fucking fire.
There's something nervous about the laugh, though. And you get the fire going. It's not massive, it's not going to be a signal fire for anything. Might actually keep some of the smaller animals away. But you both start to feel dry for the first time in a while.
I mean, it wasn't easy finding dry stuff in amongst all the woods right now either.
It's not so bad because when the woods are thick, when the canopy's thick, then the floor tends to remain a little bit drier. So you were able to find some dried wood there.
I'm going to have a look around. Try and suss out what this is.
Roll investigate for me, please.
13, success.
Success with complications.
Success with complications.
Lucky 13.
Yeah.
For some. What?
You can choose which question you want to ask. Do you want what your gut feeling, or do you want one of these?
Is this strange? Do I have a gut feeling about this being odd? Or is this just kids playing in the woods?
Well, going from how long it's taken you to get here, how deep in the woods it is, unless there's kids that live nearby, you would not think it would be kids. There is a deliberateness to the patterns laid out, and on a second glance to how the bones are laid out, they've not just fallen naturally. They seem to also have been arranged, not in anything particularly detailed, but definitely done by hand. You get a feeling that this is something you might not want to stay around for too long. But it is getting your stilettos a bit drier. Nicola, what do you do as Sophie starts to wander around this little camp?
I'm kind of watching Sophie. She walks around and seems to be making conclusions and kind of mumbling to herself a little bit as she's figuring things out. And I'm doing that, which I failed at, so that's great. So I tried to do read a person and got 9.
Okay. Sophie, you catch Nicola looking at you. And it's a very intense sort of look. It's a look you've seen before. Yes, not that look.
Dang.
No, you're not getting lucky tonight.
No one gets lucky in this.
Not with these rolls.
Oh, come on, there's been some fucking good ones. It's a look that you have had in situations that where maybe someone thought that you had to prove yourself, or where you felt you had to prove yourself. She's sizing you up or something.
I'm gonna just like toy with the hilt of the dagger to remind her that I have a weapon and a dagger. That's it. We're done. We're cooked.
No, never. Your fingers, as they touch the dagger, I would like you to roll see through the illusion, please.
No, that's not
That's
good.
an 18.
That's not good.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's an 18 success.
You don't want to see through it.
You are looking at Nicola with your finger on the hilt. The illusion doesn't tear, it doesn't break, but it slowly peels back. And you see the trees are alive in a way that, not in the Disney way. These trees are alive and they are waiting. And you see them, the bark on them roiling and moving about. And you feel their gaze upon both of you. And the trees, they're not brown, they're black. It's oily. They're moving together. And you smell ash. And you see something pale and muscled step out from behind the trees. And then Nicola moves and it's gone. And only the trees as they were behind her.
I watched the thing go behind the trees, but I'm trying not to let Nicola know that I've seen it,
Yeah, then, Nicola, I would like you to roll, read a person again. And how the fuck did you feel that before? You got a +3.
I know, that's why.
Yeah, but you got a +3. Because you only rolled 3. Yeah, you rolled 6, that's why. The 9. How the ever-loving fuck? This time you rolled a 4 and a 2.
What's even the point of assigning numbers to these things?
I know, it's fucking terrible. So it was a 9, which again is a failure. And as Sophie's looking at you, looking through you, looking past you, you feel something at your back. It's cold and it's wet. And there's a sharp pinprick. And you're still staring at Sophie, and Sophie's staring at or around you. The fire makes a pop.
Did you find a path?
Not exactly, no.
Kind of putting my hand to my back under my coat to try and feel if I can feel anything?
It itches.
We need to stick to a path, though. We can't be wandering through these trees.
No, it does feel a bit wild.
Nicola, you've been wanting information, and now you have Sophie here. What would you ask Sophie? What do you want? Did she know Andrew, do you think?
I mean, she probably knew of Andrew, if not knowing him personally. I don't think anyone knows what happened to Andrew yet, though.
What do you want to do? What do you need from Sophie? Why was it so important to get her?
We need to get the dagger. That's the main thing. We need to get the dagger and the money associated with the dagger turned into when we get it to where it's meant to go.
Not for that, for you.
I guess I need to know what she knows about the group that I'm interested in. How opaque can I be about this? Yeah, I want to know if she was involved in the crime syndicate that sent me on that job with Andrew 3 weeks ago.
So why don't you ask her?
Because I don't want to talk about it very much, and I don't want to let people know who don't already know what happened in case I show my hand to someone I don't want to show my hand to.
Well, given you just rolled read a person, you just failed read a person twice.
Yeah.
I think, Sophie, if you have any questions for Nicola, you're more than welcome to ask as you catch her staring.
I saw you once with a big buff guy. Who's that?
Oh, that'd have been Andrew, my fiancé.
Mm-hmm. And you still together, yeah?
I haven't seen him in a bit. We've been kind of distracted, but yeah, there was a thing nearly a month ago, and I haven't seen him since then.
What actually happened a month ago, Nicola? What was it that...
He was sent on a job and he asked me to come with him for extra cover. All he had to do was go into an office and take some stuff and leave, and he wanted me to go along with him to make it look more, well, less suspicious.
I want you to roll repressed memories, please.
I thought that might be coming up. It's in disadvantages, because of course it is.
Ooh.
Success with a complication for an 11. It's one lighter.
As Sophie's asking you these questions, you remember it. The office. You remember the blood. You remember the calls. You're not sure how you got onto the street. You remember stumbling. You know the blood wasn't yours.
Couldn't find the building again either.
Couldn't find Andrew again either. Was it his blood, do you think?
I don't know.
Is it something else?
There was so fucking much of it. And I honestly thought I was going to die. And then I was like, oh, there's no injuries at all. It's just blood.
Something else comes to mind now that you're thinking about it. The offices. That was Weber. Maybe just a coincidence. But it's the same name as the guy you went to get the dagger from.
That's really weird. How had I not remembered that before? That feels really important.
First memories. Sophie, you remember hearing about something that went wrong. A couple or someone who worked for... What's the big boss's name, actually?
I remember it as being Thomas Braden.
Thomas Braden. Did you interact with him much, Sophie?
Oh, yeah. Anything he needed sorting out was my job. He trusted me. Trusted me to make things disappear.
You can remember he was at your club a couple of weeks ago when he got some news that he wasn't happy about. He broke a fucking table.
Not my favourite, but what are you going to do? You can't exactly tell him to stop.
You heard him rant a little bit about the things that he wanted not being got. That the thing there, it was incomplete. Said something about a sacrifice.
I mean, I heard him. It's not my business, unless he makes it my business. And to be honest, for a sacrifice, I'd rather it not be my business. I get other people to do the grunt work now. Give them instructions, get their hands dirty.
When was Isabella taken, actually?
It's about 6 months ago. I've not been on the best terms with everyone since then, because I don't think they fully believed what I told them.
The rain picks up again. The sizzles against the fire. You're much drier than you were, but if you stay out here, you're going to get wet again.
Let's find that path. There's got to be one.
Yeah, this is... At least we're a bit warmer and stuff now.
Head out once again. Both of your torches flicker as you turn them back on. Just for a second, then they're back full strength. And you walk. The animal sounds become louder and louder. There's frogs, there's crickets, there's all sorts of flying wee beasties. There's small mammals scurrying about, picking up nuts, feeding on insects, being fed on by slightly larger animals. There's birds that call into the night that sometimes make you stop for a second. Maybe realise that if you were just a little bit smaller, you might not be as safe as you are. The light is panning back and forth. The dagger feels warm against your leg, Sophie. Maybe you were sitting too close to the fire. Do you two talk as you move along? Or is it just silence?
I don't know, we just had the beginnings of a conversation which we both knew might be a bit awkward. There's changes in between awkward silences and absolute dross. Just anything rather than discuss the important things.
What about you, Nicola? How do you intend to get this information from Sophie? What is it that you need to know? What is it you want to do? Do you want to make her pay? Do you want to find out if she knows about Andrew, if she knew about the what you were sent to do, if she has more information on it?
I don't want to do violence to anyone who I know well. There's people I want to do violence to, but that's not Sophie. I do want to know if she knows more of the people that were involved, though.
And what do you think you would have been involved in?
There must have been a big group of people organising stuff. That kind of job wouldn't have been just one guy going, here, do this, and then someone does it. And I still don't understand whether or not the person who sent us into that knew what they were sending us into, or whether it was just like a job that went wrong. Maybe we fucked up in some way.
You've been out here for hours. You could ask her.
Yeah, but I'm not sure right now if that would help. Because if it's yes, then it's going to be fucking awkward, and at worst you'll walk off. And if I leave it, then at least we can put off having that conversation till later.
The trees are now almost as wide as when you stand with both arms open. But they're not as close together now. So when you're walking, stepping onto dried leaves and needles, there's been no sign of any more stones or fetishes. The animal sounds have stopped. The rain is still making splashing noises from the leaves as it falls. Very rarely are you getting wet from it now. On the ground in front of you, you see something's been scratched into the dirt. It's both of your names. You've been listening to Tales of Myth and Mayhem. You can find all the links to find us in the description. Hope you enjoyed yourself.